guys, thank you so much for your support. So I finally quit drinking at all. It is my second year how I don't drink any alcohol. I feel so much better. I found a new relationship and I study a lot, I read a lot. So a lot of you asked me how did I do that. It was super easy for me, and so I want to share with you my steps. First of all, I decided to move to another state. This step was the most important for me because I wanted to cut off my girlfriends who liked to go rooftops at New York and have a drink or two after school. I left only a few friends who doesn't drink, and my boyfriend doesn't drink either. Number one priority is to just cut everybody off. All the people who drinks, they should just for some time, not forever, but at least for a year, you should cut them off. As soon as I changed my circle of friends, everything changed. I wouldn't go restaurants, I wouldn't go bars, and I wouldn't interact with people at the bars. Up with your partner who is an alcoholic. So in my situation, my ex-boyfriend used to drink 1-2 glasses of wine a day, and so for me it was a bad influence, and so I also had to cut him off. My new boyfriend doesn't drink at all. It was one of the criteria why I chose him, just because of that. Also beneficial for me was a special book, 12-step program from Amazon. I ordered it. It was not expensive at all. And it's like a diary, so you open it and you start to fill it out, like your feelings, whom did you hurt, who hurt you, abusing situations in your life. This book helped me so much. I didn't go AA meetings in person. My boyfriend doesn't drink for 6 years already, and it was probably hard for him to quit because he used to drink a lot. So in my situation, I would occasionally have 2-3 glasses of wine. It was not like a super hard addiction, but I just felt that as a woman, I should completely quit. I felt embarrassing that I go restaurant and order alcohol and my partner doesn't drink. So I've not like a lady behavior. What helped me to quit? First of all, special book from Amazon. I don't really remember the name, but probably just 12 steps book. It was in a green cover, 300 pages, and it is made like a diary. So on each page you can fill out the form and answer specific questions. For example, explain your relationship with alcohol, explain all the abusing situations in your life, a lot of information about your family, about people you hurt, who hurt you. So there are hundreds of different questions, and 90% of this book is basically just like a special psychological diary. I would recommend it if you addicted to something like drugs or alcohol. If you are co-addicted, if you, for example, a wife of addicted person or a mother of addicted person, I would recommend it. So for me, it was super beneficial. As soon as I finished this book, I already didn't want to drink alcohol. And at the same time, it just, even if you don't drink alcohol, it is super interesting because you can be sex addict, you can be maybe addict to a food, like my mother. She loves to eat a lot, even though she's not like a fat person, but she can't control her eating problems. So she can't say no. She would eat until she basically can't sit anymore. So I decided to move from New York to a small town, Palm Beach in Florida, just because I felt like New York, Manhattan, it's always, you feel these vibes of oh, I wanna go rooftop, I wanna go meet new girlfriends. Every day you basically invited to have a drink, couple of drinks at the rooftop or outside. It's super nice there, super beautiful. And so I decided okay, so if I don't move out from New York, I'm gonna continue drinking. because I have a lot of friends there. I basically drink all the time and I wouldn't get drunk or like black out. I was super sneaky. So for example, I would have one mimosa in the morning for breakfast at the restaurant. In 3 hours I would have brunch with one margarita, and then I would have in 3 hours one more drink. So in my brain I was always counting in my brain like, okay, 3 hours passed, so now I can have another drink, or like 4 hours passed, and so I would never actually get super drunk. And it's probably was super harmful for my body, because in a few years I started to have lung problem. I never heard of that alcohol can ruin your lungs, but yes, basically I started to cough. It was like a chronic pneumonia and like bronchitis, and antibiotics wouldn't help me, steroids wouldn't help me. I went to the doctor like 5 times. I made like 3 CAT scans, x-ray. I spent a lot of money on insurance, a lot of money on doctors. So I went to pulmonologist, and she told me that I have to quit drinking also, because if you drink, it's not gonna just disappear. So I actually developed a chronic pneumonia, but I don't know if it's like can be true or not, but I assume that it can be from alcohol. Or maybe when I had bronchitis, I didn't treat it 100%, and also on the top of that, I had alcohol problem, so it just like basically developed. So the book helped me 100%. It was the best purchase of the year, and I just filled it in and I just threw it away. So basically I just ruined it and threw it away so nobody can see that, because there is a lot of secret information in this book which I don't want ever anybody hear or see. So I didn't go AA meetings even though I could. Why? Because I think that I have my own path and I don't really ready to share any information with anybody. To go to AA meetings just because I think that you should go to AA meetings if you really can't stop drinking like bottles of alcohol. If you just drink occasionally, it's more like you have to come to the bottom. Like for me, why I quit drinking, just because I even stopped enjoying it. So problem happened with my lung. I met a boyfriend who doesn't drink, and a third thing what motivated me to quit drinking is that I just didn't enjoy anymore. So I would just buy for $15 a glass of wine and I would drink it, and I understand that I'm not drunk, my tolerance is already high, like I can't get drunk from this glass of wine. I don't feel any effect, like I don't have fun, I don't have any emotional like relaxation or whatever. So I understood that I have to have like 2 glasses of wine or I'm not gonna feel anything. And I don't want to spend $50 on like 3 drinks at the bar, and even if it would be for free, I just don't want like to spend any money. Even if my boyfriend buy for me like a drink or 2, I don't want my family money to be invested in alcohol or anything bad. So that was materialistic, basically, motivation why I decided to quit. In the beginning, I felt a little bit cravings, especially when I would go shopping mall and they had a lot of different restaurants, and I had a lot of anchors, emotional anchors, and I used to go to these places and get appetizer and a glass of wine, or like cucumber martini or lychee martini. So basically it was part of my life, and of course when I quit drinking I felt like wow, it's like a huge part of my life fall off, and I was super unhappy about it. I was a little bit upset, angry, and irritated on everybody. I would blame everybody, like okay, like somebody else is guilty because of. So I decided to quit going to the restaurants, and it helped me. But I can notice some things that it is super hard to find a good place where you can sit, eat something, and don't see alcohol. So, for example, if you quit drugs, I feel like it's super easy. Don't interact with it because everybody against it, and there are no drugs like in restaurants or anywhere. But with alcohol, it's so hard. So I would basically go any restaurant, even like Paris baguette, or like any restaurant, even like any burger places. I would like, okay, this is safe, so I can go, like, for example, burger place, and I come over and they have beer or they have wine, and I was like, wow, like burger 5 or something. They would have like small bottles of wine, and it's just like annoyed me. So it is so selfish that people do that, just in any store, in any like pharmacy, at the restaurants, at the bars, always a whole bunch of alcohol, and it's just so annoying. So you basically can't get a break. You can't catch a breath just because it's everywhere. Also, what annoyed me is that as soon as I quit drinking, I shared it with my girlfriends, and nobody supported me. Everybody started to text me like, no, you're not alcoholic, like you shouldn't quit, like you have just like 1 glass of wine once a month, like it's not a problem, once a week, like just alcohol is so much fun, why would you do that? So basically everybody were against me. So I decided even not to tell them that I don't drink anymore, because they are jealous, they can't quit by themselves, and they feel super jealous that somebody quit. I decided, no, I'm not gonna share with these people that I quit drinking. So this is my advice, like basically just escape of these friends. But it is super annoying that my boyfriend still gives me different comments about my drinking, that wow, it's so good that you quit drinking, and I'm like, I don't want to hear about that, like just I want this part to be like in the past. And it's just like you can't relax. It is easier to quit drinking if you really drink a lot, if you know that you did a lot of weird stuff, like driving drunk, or like I don't know, like fall asleep somewhere, or like black out. But in my situation, I didn't really drink much, and I had no like bad any bad circumstances like happened to me because of drinking. So in my situation, it was hard to quit.